Hey everyone! So, we all think we know Toy Story, right? It's this classic from our childhood. But today, we're gonna peel back the layers and look at it in a totally new way. Because hiding just underneath all that fun and adventure is a story that's surprisingly dark, incredibly complex, and honestly, pretty profound. And let's just dive right into the heart of it with this one line from Jessie. This is, without a doubt, one of the most gut-wrenching lines in animated movie history. It perfectly sets the stage for what we're talking about today, which is this deep, almost existential fear that really drives these characters we love. You see, we remember the adventures and the happy endings, but the entire Toy Story franchise is actually built on some seriously heavy ideas. We're talking about the sting of being abandoned, the terror of becoming obsolete, and yeah, even facing mortality. It's just so much more than we gave it credit for as kids. All right, so let's start with the big one, the theme that runs through every single film. It's this deep, almost primal fear of being forgotten, of being replaced, left behind, and erased from the memory of the one person who means the world to you. It's a feeling we can all kind of understand.
And man, the first time we really feel this is with Jessie's backstory in Toy Story 2. That whole sequence with that heartbreaking song, When She Loved Me, is just devastating. We watch her go from being everything to a little girl named Emily to just nothing, forgotten and tossed into a donation box. It's a total gut punch about the pain of being outgrown.
What's so brilliant is how the movies show that the exact same trauma can send you down two completely different roads. For Jessie, getting abandoned led to this deep sadness, this fear of ever letting herself be loved again. But for Lotso the bear, being replaced by his owner Daisy twisted that same pain into pure rage, making him want every toy at Sunnyside to suffer just like he did. And look, this isn't just some side character thing. This fear is the central conflict for our hero, Woody. Remember that nightmare he has in Toy Story 2? Andy just casually throws him in the trash, and he's dragged down by this sea of broken toy parts. It's a terrifying look at his absolute biggest fear, becoming useless. So all this fear, all this anxiety, it just keeps building and building across the movies until it all explodes into reality in what has to be one of the most intense scenes in animation, the Incinerator in Toy Story 3. So think about that moment. Lotso has just betrayed them. They're sliding toward this pit of fire, and you can just feel all the hope drain away. The fight is over. And in those last few seconds, they all just stop trying to escape. But what they do next is just, wow. It's probably one of the most mature scenes ever put in a so-called kids movie. They just look at each other, and they reach out, and they hold hands. They accept that this is the end, but they're going to face it together. Their comfort isn't in survival, it's in each other. Okay, so yeah, they get saved at the very last second by the little green aliens and the claw. A classic Deus Ex Machina, right? But that wild moment actually leads to a really fascinating thought experiment. I want you to imagine you're there. You're watching this happen, and you have the power to reach in and pull one of them out. Just one. Who do you pick? I mean, it's an impossible choice, isn't it? Well, this isn't just some morbid party game. Turns out there's a really interesting philosophical take on this exact scene. And the idea is that your split-second gut decision, it's like a mirror. It reflects your own personal values and what you prioritize in a crisis. So what does your choice actually say about you? Let's break down a few of the main options and the psychological profiles that go along with them. All right, first up, let's talk about the loyal sheriff himself. What does it mean if, in that absolute moment of chaos, your instinct was to save Woody? Well, if he saved Woody, you're what's called the loyal traditionalist. It means you value the stability of a proven leader. You have faith in tradition, and you believe that one good person, one strong leader, has the power to hold things together and rebuild no matter what. Okay, but what if you didn't go for the cowboy? What if your hand shot out to grab the space ranger, Buzz Lightyear? Choosing Buzz, that makes you the rational optimist. You're someone who believes in action, in progress, in modern solutions. Your gut tells you to save the hero, because you trust that the hero can then go on to save everyone else. You're betting on the future, not the past. Now for another really powerful choice, the yodeling cowgirl who has already been through so much. What if your choice was Jessie? If you saved Jessie, you're the resilient empath. You are a champion for the underdog. You don't just see value in leadership or heroism, you see immense strength in vulnerability and survival. You recognize that she has been broken before and put herself back together, and you believe that resilience is the most valuable thing worth saving. And here's the thing, there's no wrong answer. Each choice just highlights a different core value. If you saved Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, you prioritize companionship. Saving Slinky Dog, that's about pure, unwavering friendship. Your choice is just a snapshot of what matters most to you. So this all brings us back to that big question. Why on earth does a franchise for kids go so deep into themes of abandonment, dread, and even death? The answer is, these dark moments aren't just there for shock. They are the entire point of the story. They force all of us to think about what actually matters, about loyalty when you feel rejected, about community when you're facing the end, and about the courage it takes to find a new purpose when your old one is gone. Think about it. By dragging us to the absolute edge of despair in that incinerator, the movie makes the final happy ending, the toys finding a new home with Bonnie, so much more powerful. It stops being just a sweet little moment and becomes this profound statement about resilience. The darkness makes the light feel earned. So, we're left with this one last thought. When you're faced with total loss, what you fight to save reveals everything about who you are. The toys taught us that. So the question isn't just about them. It's about you. What would you choose to save? And what does that choice say about the person you are?